This is John taking it too far.
Here we go! You're supposed to be moving your later TV. That's when we go too far.
I know. It's only one.
We were talking about the very first thing is how to actually get into the motion of a meteor, going into a 2B weave in reverse. So what we did is we matched up the poi so that they're equal in length, head to tail. But you'll find that if you have a 100 mil or like a 4-inch and like a PX3, you want to emphasize more on the tail end and have almost halfway down. So if you have a contact poi set up, this is ideal. If they're about equal, this is about what you want. And you want to have it so that way your head is going outwards, and we're going to twist it so that the pinky's out. Once the pinky's out, the head is like towards our body. We want to put it towards non-native. And again, like the samurai from the Eastern Village, what we're going to do is we're going to cut the air diagonally onto native. And as we do that, we're going to cut straight with our pinky side, going into a 2B weave motion. Do that again. We're going to move nice and slowly, a full cut, back around. And this is going to give us the motion of a 2B weave. A few things that we can do with this: if we turn towards native and we open up our hand, we grab the head side. If we continue this motion again, going from 2B weave, if we turn towards non-native, we grab the handle. If we decide to turn and just open up our hand and not wrap, we can do a full spiral wrap. We choose to not let it go all the way around, we can do a spiral wrap. And again, the same concept when you learned how to do a forward weave and a reverse weave and you learned how to turn, and it was like the most beautiful thing in the world. You can do this whole thing with, oh my God, I can keep turning. That whole thing is totally accessible. Again, another thing that I like to describe is that if you're ever doing a spiral wrap, you can clench, again, with the iron fist shattering technique. You can clench, and when you do that, you actually pause the motion completely, which is extremely dramatic in motion art. So let's say I'm presenting a character, I can pause, and then I can switch where I'm spinning to continue the motion somewhere else. I can decide to keep up that motion, and then I can break it into another motion. Nice. You can't see on camera, but he just gave this guy a point with his foot. It was awesome. Another thing is that whenever you're spinning with gunslinging, you're actually focusing on a point. The poi are rotating around a point. So let's say I decided to grab it. This point in space, we can do anything with it. We can decide to turn this point in space like this. We can decide to turn the point in space here, anywhere. So let's say I'm doing this motion. I can move this within a circle. I can decide to bend this horizontally and bend this in a horizontal circle. I can bend it around my head until it hits me. Around the head. You can decide to slide it down and go on the other side. And this, by the way, is called the Dawn Twirler. So that way, if we're doing this motion, we can do hybrids where we talk about this right here.
All right.
Or we talk about these kind of things.
Whoa.
Yeah, all of it's there, man. And I'll turn to here. So all of it's successful like that, and that's talking about the reverse. All of that is done with a 2B weave going in reverse. It's all about the creativity that you put into it. Full hand rolls, being able to roll your poi to the other side, wrap or turn to go back to the same side you wrap. We talked about the kendama and ball in the cup, and how this principle of moving with your legs to do a hop is actually extremely important. That was not really clean, but whatever. This motion is about learning how to hop to the side and turn the poi so that way you can wrap, go back in, you can present it outwards, you can use it as a way to move between 2 points in space, to do like some sort of hybridy, flowery things. All of that is accessible through gunslinging and any other sort of form. There's being able to talk about this real quickly, going from a stall by our elbows, and once we're here, with this kind of like presentation kind of move, we can shoot our hands downward to go into a gunslinger, and with that we can pause, with that we can continue the motion back to drag to our hands, so that we can continue spinning normally. We talked about forward, and how forward naturally we do a 3B weave. Well, not naturally, but that's what we want to go for, is a 3B weave. And the reason why all of our motions are done pinky-led, that we can speed it up or slow it down. So if we're doing forward, the idea is that we want to hop in a 3B weave, and this means that we're going to be leading with thumb side and pinky side, going from pinky side on native, thumb side on non-native. Kind of this silly look, and the reason why we do that is so that we can speed it up. This allows us to turn, and what we looked at briefly before, this motion, that's how you can do that with do this, the chainsaw. Check this one out. There's a bunch of these, and you can do a full chainsaw where it goes like there's all these motions that you can do. And again, completely accessible with gunslinging, it's just a matter of practicing it. What else did we talk about? I was pretty much most of it. Forward, reverse, spiral wrapping anywhere, change direction. Continuous spiral wrapping. Continuous spiral wraps. Oh, Jesus. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there, I swear. So we talked about the concept of hand rolls and how it takes 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes 4 rolls for me to go from one side to the other. That's ideal for gunslinging. That way, if we ever roll around our hand 2 times, it's going to roll around each half once, making 4 complete rolls. So if we do that, and let's say I do this kind of motion, you see how it wraps 2 times around my hand?
I do.
It wraps 2 times around my hand. So if we're going to make this motion continuous, we actually have to skip 2 fingers on our pinky side. That way we get this. 2 and 4. Today's letter of the week is T. So that allows us to do this motion continuously. I can't really do it with my left, but I'm going to go and try for you guys. I'm going to do this whole thing. Together we can do it. Thank you. This is what not drilling your left hand looks like. I think all of that together is the stuff that we covered in the class. There might be some things that are missing, but more or less, that is the gunslinging class.
Thank you, Jonathan Alvarez.